Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Will, and we are back with some more Zenless Zone Zero today. And we're gonna push forward with the main story after we do our usual collecting, but not. I also found out some interesting information about the dog across the street that we pick up the lottery tickets from. So it turns out, like the big lottery winners, like the materials to get characters and stuff, that's not actually random, I found out. So it turns out that it's set for, I think it's every 7, 15, and 24 days. If you log in every single day and do the scratcher ticket every single day, you will get them guaranteed on those days every single time. It's all the extra days outside of that it's randomized other stuff. So like the good is actually fixed, and you just have to log in every single day to get this stuff. I don't know if it's like, say it's 7 on the 7th day you'll get it. I don't know if you have to log in 7 days in a row to get it, or if you have to log in on the 7th day of the month to get it. I think it's 7 days in a row. But yeah, I found that out, so that's like a fixed thing for characters material. Like I was saying, I guess 12 days. Boom. And then, yeah, I think we don't really have much else to do other than main story and like maybe some of those videotapes in the back. I did 2 things just for going out and talking to them. Okay, well, where are we with? Oh, dude, we're at 9? What? All right, let's do this. Let's grip it and rip it. 10 more, baby. Let's see if we get lucky. Oh, that is disgustingly bad. Okay, well, that's a new A engine that we don't have, so that's good, at the very least. I'm trying to build my collection of A engines. Engine, some might say. Actually, wait, do we have any more, I have. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong direction. I wanted to go. That's still locked up. Jeez. Main story! My succulent Chinese meal? I had to rewatch that video. That dude's a fucking legend. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, just look up succulent Chinese meal guy. He unfortunately passed away recently. But it is one of the funniest arrest videos ever. Oh shit, I forgot to open up chat. Alright, let's go to fancy part of town. AKA literally the other part of town. Oh yeah, the cat. Over here. Wrong button. Damn it. All of their other games, it's that button to run, except for in this one, it's on my fucking menu. Oh, no, alright. Oh, wow, okay, everyone's like me. June. Payable. Actually, look up the date.
It's good to see you again. You too, managers.
Looks like attendance is great. The place is really hopping.
Thanks to everyone on 6th Street. They not only signed up for the seminar, they also helped spread the word to other
Oh yeah, that's
districts.
what we were doing.
Juyuan, I heard you'll be up on stage with the inspector answering questions from citizens. Don't worry, I'll bombard you with tons of questions so you won't feel left out.
Come on. Go easy on me.
You don't know, do you? Juyuan gets super nervous in situations like this. She drank 3 pots of tea just to avoid nervously coughing up there.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have something to report. We've analyzed and located the exact coordinates of the places Maroon previously identified inside the hollow. Please take a look at this.
Thanks.
I was also just informed that Inspector Bringer is on his way, and the media is waiting to get some pictures.
Looks like we should go meet him. We'll investigate these locations in a couple of days. Huh? Wait, there's something funny about these coordinates.
Something funny? What are you seeing?
Alright, so I just looked up Genshin. Apparently they're going to be updating this week on like Thursday or Friday. So we might do an extra Genshin stream because it's going to be their big 5.0. Actually, kind of doesn't make sense. Last week, we were doing the Summerfest thing, and it still had like 20 days on it. So I guess the summer event is going to cross over into the next part. Because, yeah, it says, going live on August 16th. At 12 a.m. UTC -4. So yeah, that will probably be updated on Thursday for us. So on Friday, we might do an extra Genshin stream, which will be the big 5.0 reveal, which will be fucking sick.
Is something wrong?
Sorry, you two, but something is weird about this report. I need to talk to Juyuan for a moment, if you'll excuse us. You can go on in.
That officer mentioned Maroon. That's the guy who was causing trouble with the EMP emitter, right? Is something going wrong with the case? I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's try to get close enough to eavesdrop on their conversation.
Alright, and it looks like the Zenless Zone Zero update is, once again, all the times that they put out is usually Chinese server time. And it's like confusing where some places you go, it'll put Chinese server, other times it'll put American, so like hard to suss out. But the Zenless Zone Zero update is supposed to be happening this week as well. It says on Wednesday, but again, that could be Tuesday or Wednesday, given like the time differential. So we're gonna be getting some new in this, plus 3 new characters that we can pull for, which we have not been pulling well when it comes to S-class characters. But hey, the 2 new, what I'm assuming are A-class characters, are pretty dope. I really want both of them. And one more, I'm going to check Honkai Star Rail. But so far, Genshin and Zenless Zone Zero both update in the same week. Okay, looks like they haven't announced anything. Yeah, because they just updated on the 30th, which was 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, they're probably gonna do it closer to the end of this month for Honkai Star Rail. Alright. Had to do my usual check-in to see when everything's updating. Up this wall.
Those coordinates are the spots Maroon's gang scouted some time ago, right? What do you think is off about them?
You remember the monster they found in that square a while back?
Of course, the remains are scheduled to be recovered this afternoon. But wait, what about it? You think these 2 cases are connected?
Perhaps. I just realized every location Maroon pointed out lies on the route the evidence carrier is taking.
What?
The EMP emitter Maroon used had been modified to bypass vehicle security systems. When used correctly, it can unlock car doors without damaging the electronics. Maroon said his crew procured specialized containers for preserving etheric material. We assumed they were targeting vehicles transporting valuable ether resources for large companies. But here's the thing. Public Security's evidence carrier is the same kind of vehicle.
Meaning, the evidence carrier could be in danger. Where is it now?
Let me see. Right here. There's a slight delay in the surveillance signal, but the carrier seems headed towards its destination right now. But according to the record, it stopped for about 10 minutes somewhere in the hollow, just 15 minutes ago.
10 minutes might not seem like much, but if someone's lying in wait with an EMP emitter, it'd be enough for them to snatch the evidence. We need to report this right now. I'll call it in.
Wait a second. The carrier might have paused in the hollow due to changes in hollow structure or some other reason. We don't have solid proof yet of an attack on the carrier. Even if we report our suspicions, they won't immediately send someone. They'd follow protocol and do a remote analysis first.
You're right. And if they do that, it could already be too late.
Not only that, I'm worried about something else. The evidence recovery schedule was only decided recently, and the route inside the hollow is top secret. But according to Maroon, his gang had been scouting those locations for a while now.
Meaning, there might be a mole in public security.
Exactly. If we report our suspicions now, we might tip them off. I'd rather head into the hollow myself.
That's a huge risk. You know that's against policy. They could take action against us.
It's urgent. We don't have time to argue. We spent a long time preparing for today's seminar. With the media gathered like this, it's a rare opportunity for you to showcase your knowledge in front of the inspector. You should stay here. We're partners. You can trust me to bring back the evidence safe and sound. You have my word.
Inspector Bringer's car has arrived.
The inspector is already here. We don't have time to hesitate. I need to get going. I'll leave the seminar to you.
Worshipping an undeserving deity is sycophancy. Failure to act when action is needed shows a lack of courage.
Huh?
You said it yourself. An officer needs to be sure they're doing the right thing. I became an officer because of Inspector Bringer, but not for praise or his approval. I want to do for others what he did for me back then. I want to be someone who protects people.
So, you're going to...
I'm going with you. That monster in the hollow is anything but ordinary. We have to protect the evidence. And besides, if the inspector really is the same as he was back then, I'm sure he'll support our choice.
We can't just sit back and do nothing while the remains are in danger.
Just like last time, we should try and help them any way we can.
It kind of sucks that they have this storyline here, and her partner, like the shorter girl, isn't playable yet. He's like, she's gonna be playable in the next update, and it's just, it feels like both of them should be playable right now when we're going and doing their story, but only one of them is playable, which is fucking lame. Like, either you should have pushed this or held it for the next update, just so you could play as both of the officers instead of just one of them. Because it just feels like we're only getting one of the two characters' stories, even though we're following both of them. We got things! Oh yeah, I was also working on leveling up characters off stream. Not their skills, just their base level. And I got most of the people up, which I actually want to check something. I just thought about it when we were watching that cutscene, and I don't know, her hair stuck out to me for some reason.
Did you call
Yeah, this dude, I thought so.
It's our turn, bro.
He's also got black hair with red streaks in it. Are they at all related? Or is that just random coincidence? Okay, yeah, they don't have the same
Ready
last
and waiting.
name, right?
I only handle technical matters.
I shall follow.
Huh? Is something the matter?
Oh, dude, I didn't even realize we can look at her full stats by going in here. Interesting. They have, like, the same hair,
Officer
but
148.
other than that, they're not
standing by.
related. I hate when they do that, where they have two characters with very distinct hairstyles that are, like, very close together. Like, even the way that they colored her hair red could have been in a different way rather than a few strands up front, like the other guy. It's weird that they decided to do that, but then also make them not related at all. Because their names are, like, completely different. Or getaway van. Oh, we got a little faucet dude that's gonna be coming with us. We haven't really done.
I'll help you win. The lunch is on you. Is it?
Time for some hard work. Come on, let's get to.
Did you
Standing by.
Forgetting.
Huh?
Okay,
Is
she's
something the
that.
matter?
Huh?
Needs some. Ready for Officer 148. Standing by. Huh? Ready for combat.
I'll help.
Standing.
I have 2 guns, so double the accuracy.
Did you call me? You ain't seen nothing yet.
These two just pair well. Plus, she's also ranged. I want to get these. And yeah, the rest of her team is gonna be coming out next. I was gonna say next month, in this upcoming week. We'll be able to do a full police team if we get all of them. Her, I really want to get. But we are just not pulling S's. We've pulled 2 S's in like the last month. Which I'd say isn't that bad, but again, it's the start of the game. They usually give us a shitload of materials. So we can constantly pull, like, a lot. Which we have. We've pulled, like, almost 300, probably over 300 character pulls altogether.
Judging by our predictions, they probably have the evidence by now. Any ideas on how we're gonna get it back?
Here's what I'm thinking. To avoid raising suspicion, the suspects probably didn't damage the carrier's electronic systems. If that is indeed the case, we can check its driving record to pinpoint where exactly it stopped within the hollow. They're bound to have left some traces behind. The remains are bulky, so they can't move very quickly. Therefore, we can figure out where they went.
And
Makes
where they
sense.
will be.
Let's find the evidence carrier and see if our suspicions are right. I've picked up the carrier's signal. Let's go.
Juyuan and Qingyi are heading out to find the evidence carrier first.
Fairy, can you try to find the carrier?
Affirmative. Attempting to locate the evidence carrier.
We need to help Juyuan and Qingyi reach the evidence carrier quickly. I'm counting on you to plan a route.
The evidence carrier signal is coming from over there.
Ugh, the mobile device here seems unusable.
Let me try adjusting the direction. Ugh, it's too heavy.
Wise, something is blocking their way.
Master, the firing direction of the ejector nearby can be adjusted.
All right, let's help them find a shortcut to save time. These switches can be used repeatedly. Think carefully about the direction.
Huh? Did the device just move by itself?
Oh, I have to hit. I thought I just had to go on it. I wasn't even paying attention. At the bottom it says hit X.
The device works now.
Let's move. Something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, like both of them are in the hollow. You should be able to play as both of them.
Let's follow them.
I really hope once her character comes out, if people were to replay this, they'd be able to play as her.
Master, high ether activity has been detected along the path to the evidence carrier's location.
Locked up and locked up. Rabbit's getting glazed. Bangboos. Actually, I don't even know what her level was supposed to be.
I've got plenty of bullets!
The evidence carrier is nearby.
Jingyi, we should head over there now. Yes, finally! The carrier! Let's check on its condition.
It looks fine on the outside. No signs of damage or being tampered with. Let's check inside.
We're doing this to protect the evidence, but messing with the carrier without permission will definitely require writing up a report. And probably a pay cut, too. Well, let's forget all that for now. Jingyi, help me unlock it. Huh? The evidence crate is still here. And the seal is untouched.
Comparing the seal with the one in the photo, the angle is off by approximately 3 degrees, and the etheric matter feels totally different from what I sensed at the square.
So, they really did get a hold of the evidence. They were gonna trick Hand by not leaving any trace. They went through all this trouble to make it seem like it was still there.
That monster must be hiding some serious secrets. Julian, watch out!
They got in cover. Idiot. They're from the Criminal Investigation Department. They aren't gonna go down easy. We've been here for hours. You couldn't keep your cool for a little longer? Hey, relax. Our intel says it's just the two of them. They might have survived our ambush. But we can take them. Hurry up and deal with them. Officers go missing in the hollows every day.
Hold on. Do you know the consequences of assaulting officers?
Save your breath. We're dealing with a group of desperados. They never planned on leaving us alive.
In my sight! Let's clear him out!
Millie out for you!
Stand down! Surrender! Suppressor K-22! Maximum firepower!
Just pulled out a frickin' rocket launcher at that point.
These guys are tougher than I expected. And it sounds like they knew we were coming and set up an ambush near the carrier.
What the heck is going... How could they have known we were going after the evidence?
Hey! You got rid of those two officers? There they are!
They're coming after us. Run!
Warning. Multiple hostiles approaching the officer's location at high speed. The officers should change direction immediately to avoid direct confrontation with multiple armed individuals.
You hear that? Multiple enemies. They're about to be in trouble.
Fairy, is there a way to divert the enemy's attention?
Master, I regret to inform you there are no electronic devices or controllable machines in the area.
It's too late, Wise. Look at the map. Jiwen and Jingyi are trapped. It's a dead end.
Watch out, Jingyi! There's an ambush here, too!
Get them!
Lord.
Coming through.
They're closing in on us!
Be careful.
Might not have been a good idea to come here, bud. You're about to get rinsed.
We've been surrounded. Stay calm.
They sure have some firepower. How many members did they deploy to deal with us?
Okay, so that rabbit, that Bangboo has a really cool move.
Freeze!
Stop right there!
It won't be easy to get him off our tail. Let's face him head on. We'll run out of ammo if this continues.
Watch out! Bang!
Face the consequences.
Drop the weapon!
Let's clear him out.
No, I gotcha!
This isn't good. Jiyuan and Qingyi are stuck in the building and surrounded by enemies.
Do something, Fairy. We have to get them out.
Master, I've detected several unstable spatial fissures near the officer's location. Such spatial rifts are challenging to label in standard carat data, but if utilized, they could help the target evacuate from their current location.
Fairy may be able to locate the spatial rifts, but how do we tell Jiyuan and Qingyi where to go?
I can safely tap into the officer's intercom within the hollow, Second Assistant.
But if we connect to their intercom, won't we expose ourselves?
If it doesn't expose our exact identity, I think it's worth the risk if it saves lives.
Question. Is the current objective to assist the two officers in leaving the current area, or rescue the two officers who are trapped?
Aren't those the same thing?
Negative. Remote communication has an 87.1% chance of successfully guiding the officers out of their current area. But due to the significant disparity in forces and the limitations of long-range communication, I cannot swiftly assess the target's surrounding environment. The risk of failure will rapidly mount.
So you're saying to keep them safe, Wise has to personally guide them as a proxy?
Affirmative. However, appearing in front of public security may bring major risks.
Ugh, what a pain. If they weren't public security officers, we wouldn't even hesitate.
We shouldn't hesitate. Zhu Yuan and Qingyi are good people. Despite the risks, I'll regret it forever if I choose to do nothing.
Wise.
And on the bright side, if we work together, we might be able to recover the stolen remains.
Affirmative. Master's assumption is reasonable.
Well then, let's go save them.
Meanwhile,
This isn't good. They've totally surrounded us. Unless we can somehow distract them, we're stuck here. If we can't think of a way out, I'll go distract them so you have a chance to get away.
What? What are you talking about?
It was me who insisted we investigate inside the hollow. You wouldn't even be in danger right now if it weren't for me. Besides, I'm not human. I'll be fine even if my body gets destroyed. But you don't have that luxury.
Hold up. I'm your captain, right? If someone has to take responsibility for this mess, it should be me. Besides, your physical abilities are much better than mine. If one of us has to make a run for it, you'd have a much better chance at surviving.
Now's not the time to argue.
Exactly. Now's not the time to argue.
Who's there?
Wait, it's coming from the intercom. Someone hacked into our encrypted frequency. But how?
Instead of arguing about who should be the bait, how about I offer a solution that works for you both?
Who are you? Why should we trust you?
I can't convince you to trust me. I'm a proxy. Not exactly someone who should normally be talking to you. But, while I may be a proxy, I have a conscience. I can't turn a blind eye while you're in danger.
A proxy?
All right. So, what's the plan?
I'll create an opportunity for you.
oh, cutscene.
Now, follow my instructions.
But what about the enemy?
Leave it to me.
Dude, I just love how wacky and cartoony they are. Dude.
What now?
Straight ahead. Jump into the fissure.
The fissure!
What? The spatial fissure! After them!
They're chasing us.
There's another fissure straight ahead.
They're closing in. They'll catch us at this rate.
I have a plan. It might be risky, but I'm sure you can do it.
Oh, come the fuck on. That's awesome.
We're saved.
Well, hero, now that you've saved us, do you plan on making an appearance?
Sure. We can finally talk now.
You're Bangboo from Bellabog. Wait, no. There's no way an ordinary Bangboo would be as capable as you, let alone hack into our intercom. So, who are you exactly?
Qingyi, have you heard the rumors about a legendary proxy who doesn't enter the hollows themselves, but manages real-time communication from the outside?
Phaethon.
That's me. I'm Phaethon.
So you were already watching us when we received the report from Bellabog.
Yeah, I was helping Bellabog Industries retrieve something lost, but I ended up running into that monster deep in the hollow. As you've already guessed, I think there's something unusual about that monster too. There's some kind of conspiracy behind it, and it's connected to what I've been chasing.
In other words, you're helping us so Hand gets the evidence and can uncover the truth about the monster.
Exactly. And it's still not too late to get the evidence back.
According to page 173 of the Public Security Officer's Manual, in urgent situations, officers have the right to recruit assistants without verifying their identities.
So you're suggesting...
I'm willing to be said assistant. Let's work together and get that evidence back.
Deal. Now's not the time for more questions. We accept your assistance, Phaethon. But as you've seen, the enemy is well prepared and has the advantage in numbers.
Honestly, I really like these two as partners. It's like they do a lot of really fun shit.
Don't worry, leave that to me. Since we lack manpower, we'll use the hollow against them. That's my specialty.
Usually if they ever do any kind of military or police team, it's usually pretty vanilla. But those two, I think that having the added wackiness of like how overly cartoony they do their animations, it makes their team really
We've
fun.
arrived at the evidence carrier area. Loading environment data.
Holy fuck.
Master, I have found a discarded toolbox up ahead.
It's time to put my expertise as a public security officer to good use.
Okay, what is she exactly? She said she wasn't human, so I'm like, does that mean she's a robot? But most robots look like robots. I can't remember. I think they did talk about it in the last, like the last main story stuff we did, but I just can't remember. Obtain Bangboo.
Connect the dots in the mind space and solve the case. Use this to access my mind space and share information.
For a sec there, I was not.
The display device has been used to show the mind space.
Collected clues will be stored in the memory zone. Once the adjacent clues are found, the question will become apparent. We don't have enough clues right now. Let's go back and look for more.
Master, there are footprints on the floor here that have been deliberately concealed. The clue has been stored in the mind space. Master, I have detected varying degrees of defects and damages to the electronic devices in this area.
I don't know why we're giving it to her when it's the other girl that ain't them.
The clue has been stored in the mind space.
Alright, we're done. Okay, we have to do that later, I guess. Or wait, no.
Master, there is a small forklift parked on one side of the scene. The vehicle might contain some clues. Decoding in progress. Please wait. Decoding completed. Now playing the previously saved recording.
Didn't boss ask you to get something sturdy? You brought a forklift? The wind can blow through on all sides! What's it matter as long as it moves? Who cares if it's a little windy? Whatever. Just get this thing moving already. The evidence carrier will be here soon. Let me check Big Head's carrot data.
There's a new question in mind space. Master, I have found a collapsed...
Oh, I get through.
There's a new question in mind space.
Once again, I love that they keep adding more stuff in here.
A question has arisen from the two collected clues. Master, do you want to solve it?
Okay.
Indeed. Judging from the marks left behind, the forklift was likely the culprit's means of transportation to the scene.
It's a little on the nose, but okay.
After all the questions are answered, the truth will reveal itself.
Yes, we played them.
Affirmative. It is highly likely that the culprit's left on foot.
I mean, like, literally it was footprints. That's kind of a given.
Right. Considering all the clues, this conclusion makes sense.
The key question has emerged.
You're right. Not only are the culprits carrying the evidence, but they also don't have a carrot. Hiding nearby while they wait for their accomplices would be the wisest choice.
Master, all the clues have been gathered. The case replay is now available. The case replay is a simulation that recreates how the culprits committed the crime based on the existing clues.
Okay.
This allows you to watch how the incident happened in detail.
Gonna be.
We're here.
Not sure if it's gonna be like a cutscene or something.
Hurry up. The evidence carrier will be here soon. Stay close to me, Big Head. We'll bolt after taking the evidence. The evidence carrier's here. Stop right here.
Oh, okay.
No! Big Head was affected by the EMP!
Master, you might come across important scenes during the case replay that might help our investigation. Please pay close attention.
A hidden path. Let's take note of it when we get back to reality.
Alright, can't really do it.
Even the forklift isn't working now! The EMP is that powerful? The Bangboos done for, and the forklift is kaput! Now what? Don't panic. Let's grab the evidence first. We'll just have someone pick us up later. We've got what we needed. Let's go this way.
Master, the culprits are whispering to each other in front of the door.
Look, we can set a password for this door and lock it. Then we don't have to worry about anyone following us. That's brilliant. Let's use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a dumb password. Let me set it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Master, you can return to the real world to investigate now.
We figured out the exit used by the culprits. Let's go check it out.
Get all up over there again. Hey. Oh, no, this is something different to the Mindscape one. I'm an idiot. Come on.
Master, I found a hidden exit here.
Look, there's a spatial fissure over there. But how are we supposed to get through this area?
Alright.
Master, I found a surveillance camera corrupted by the Hollow. Some of the data inside is still intact.
Alright, let's see what path they take.
Whoa! I got teleported back just like that. I know the way through here. Follow me.
Okay. Crap. I'm not good.
The culprit's route has been recorded. Once you return to reality...
The culprits exited from here.
This isn't good.
I've highlighted the culprit's route for you.
You're a godsend, Barry. Now let's follow that route.
Okay, so they make it overly easy.
There's a group of abandoned buildings ahead.
Why are all these heals around? I don't need any healing. What the
I found
heck?
a surveillance camera corrupted by the Hollow. Some of the data inside is still intact.
Hey, what did you say? The PubSec officers are gone? Understood. Let's hide somewhere. There's a crack in this wall. We can get through here. Let's wait here for the others to pick us up.
The case replay is virtual, so you cannot pick anything up.
They're all just okay. They're all centered. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like different cubes, like on the side or something.
The replay is over.
Honestly, this mechanic is kind of bland.
Who's there?
Public security, put your hands up!
Going down. Hmm. And destroying. Almost took that guy out too.
Oh, rats. It's PubSec. Why are they here?
This is called striking when the enemy is unprepared.
Take them down and retrieve the evidence.
No restrictions! Fire at will!
You ready?
Over here!
Standing by.
Hold again.
Let's clear them out.
One fell swoop.
Uh oh. There's still more? That was the last guy.
Look, They're carrying an etheric matter container. Do you think this is really the stolen evidence?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Even with it sealed, its aura gives me the creeps.
Yes! Fantastic! We finally got the evidence back.
The assailants that blocked our path earlier likely haven't figured out we've outmaneuvered them and retaken the evidence. At this point, all we need to do is get out of the hollow and we're safe.
There's an exit nearby. I'll take you there.
The exit is just up ahead.
If you two aren't in a hurry to arrest me today, I suppose we'll go our separate ways here.
Don't worry, I don't want to burn any bridges. It's bad karma. Besides, I've always thought indiscriminately arresting proxies isn't very fair. Circumstances aren't always the same for everyone.
Chingy, we're officers. Should you really be saying that? Anyway, thanks for your help, Phaethon.
I should thank you, too, for uncovering the threat to the evidence vehicle and fearlessly going into the hollow to protect it. Goodbye, officers. Hopefully our next meeting won't be quite so tense.
Now that Phaethon's gone, let's hurry up and get this evidence out of here.
All right, let's go. Wait a minute. Phaethon thanked us for uncovering the threat and fearlessly going into the hollow to protect it. Doesn't that sound suspicious to you?
Suspicious? Right. Logically speaking, while monitoring the evidence carrier, Phaethon would have realized the evidence had been switched and upon seeing us assumed we were there to investigate. But it sounded like Phaethon knew what happened outside the hollow too.
How unexpected. It seems Phaethon attended the seminar today.
Let's get another bronze trophy. Story. And they only give us plus 500 XP for making stories, kind of bullshit. Later.
Ah, there you are. Are you free today? Want to come with me to the public security precinct at Lumina Square?
Huh? Public security again?
Actually, I heard Juyuan and Shingi will be heading back to their own branch today. It's probably best not to run into them again inside the hollows. But outside the hollows, it might be quite a while before we see them again.
You're right. We should at least get their contact information.
I was thinking, how about we give them a gift too? Like a collector's edition of that popular PubSec movie, Mission Unthinkable.
Good idea. That's the one where the main character goes against his superior and chooses to protect the citizens, right?
They're gonna be leaving soon. Let's get going.
We still haven't hit, like, obviously, the main story here. I wonder... I'm assuming this might be the cutoff. I don't know if they'll have a Chapter 3 out yet. I don't know what the big mile markers for this game is going to be, because obviously with Genshin, like, the big markers are, like, new area. That's always, like, the big updates. And for Honkai Star Rail, I'm assuming it's the new planet. So I wonder what the big mile markers are going to be here. I'm assuming it's going to be a new chapter. So is what the main thing is going to be, and possibly a new part of town.
Oh, we've got everything packed. Let's get it in the car.
Phew, we made it just in time.
Hey there, managers. What brings you here?
We heard you're heading back to your own branch, so we wanted to say goodbye.
We haven't known each other for long, but we've had quite a memorable time together, right?
But, Juyuan, weren't you supposed to be interviewed on stage for the seminar? Why did that officer with glasses go up instead? Belle was really looking forward to asking you questions, but you weren't there.
I'm sorry, but we got assigned to a tricky case that day. I can't disclose the details, but it went well. Largely due to the clues you provided about the 6th Street EMP case.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we got you a gift. It's a movie about a public security officer.
We appreciate it, but it's against regulations for officers to accept gifts from citizens. However, could I buy the video as a customer of Random Play?
Of course. We'd be delighted to have you as a customer.
They're getting ready to leave, so how about we check out the neighborhood and finally grab that meal we've been meaning to have?
I never expected our time at the Lumina Branch to be so eventful.
Things turned out okay. The seminar settled, case cracked, evidence secure. It's just a shame. The reports we have to write are gonna be lame.
Is that supposed to be a poem? Excuse me, someone's calling me. Hey, you've got time to chat during the day? Well, this is a rarity.
Hello. I'm looking over our graduation album.
You're flipping through our graduation album? Now? This isn't another one of your weird exercises, is it?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember all of the names of our old classmates by looking at these photos. By the way, do you still remember the graduation message you wrote for me? May you become the pursuant of true justice, the sharp blade of the law slicing through the wickedness of the night sky.
They're both melodramatic.
No, all right. Yet there's no need to shout. Someone might hear you.
My apologies. It's just, this message really means a lot to me. How does the true justice mentioned in your message differ from regular justice? Is it comparable to the difference between an actual melon and a melon-flavored lollipop? Many people say they taste pretty much the same. But even though the melons I buy are hardly ever sweet, I still prefer the taste of real melons. Just like your pursuit of true justice. A real melon will always be a real melon. That can never be imitated.
Are those words of encouragement?
No, it's a metaphor for a
Well,
boob job. Jesus
thanks.
Christ.
Wait, how does a member of Hand like you know that I've been reprimanded by the precinct?
Because the case of the unidentified monster discovered by Bellabog Industries has been transferred to Section 6. My intelligence officer pointed out that we might need you to come in and provide some more detailed intel.
So, that thing's in your custody? Are you telling me there's something wrong with the evidence?
That's the reason why I'm calling you. We found pieces of what resembles a mask within the monster's remains, and we managed to extract human DNA from it.
Does this mean you figured out the origin of the monster?
Unfortunately, no. Apart from determining the deceased as a male from the DNA, we compared it with DNA records of missing persons and criminals throughout the city, but found no matches. He may have been someone from outside the city with no known identity. But what do you think?
Since Maroon risked going into the Hollow to get it, there must be some secret on the deceased's body. I wouldn't think he's a nobody.
I agree. But as of now, we're still missing the key to this puzzle.
Thanks for the intel, Miyabi. Let's catch up in a few days.
Mm-hmm. See you.
Sorry for keeping you waiting.
Judging from the conversation, I'm guessing there's some progress with the evidence over at Hand?
Seems so. They've made an important discovery, but that's only created more questions. Jump in, Qingyi. Let's talk more on the way.
All right, let's go.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Perlman.
Attorneys, always running so slowly. You're the ones who suggested we meet. Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting?
I have nothing but free time.
Wait, it's you!
Instant.
Sarah! You've got some nerve to show your face after the trouble you caused!
Come now, Mr. Perlman. It was your idea to deal with the residents in the blast zone. Not to mention the fact that your technical advisor and personal secretary, Sarah, never existed in the first place. Well then, there's no need to grit your teeth. I'm actually here to discuss business with you. Please confess to all your crimes in court, and we'll make sure you get the best treatment in prison.
You and that bastard behind you are the ones who convinced me to carry out the blast in the first place. And now you want me to take all the blame. That's quite the scheme. I hear recently Bellafog Industries stumbled upon a monster in that plaza inside the hollow, and the evidence collected from the creature's remains was almost stolen. Honestly, I've been wondering. The plaza isn't along the subway route, yet your plan included research of it and explosives for it. Your real goal is to retrieve the evidence, isn't it? I wonder what would happen if I brought this up in court.
I'm sure the judge wouldn't entertain such baseless fantasies, Mr. Perlman.
Baseless fantasies, you say? Huh. Let's get real then. What if I told you I have proof of your involvement in the Vision case, along with that of the person behind you? Definitive proof.
You realize you're in prison and it's easy to pay for someone to murder
you,
you,
what
right?
Perlman just said, right? I can't stand clingy men, but I must say that's quite the ace up his sleeve.
Sounds like you're enjoying this situation.
How could that be? I'm genuinely concerned about our partnership. So what's your plan now? Will you agree to his terms?
I'll handle it.
Oh, another trophy. Okay, so we do have to unlock these, even though they have... Okay, yeah, up in the corner, I didn't locks on. But then what about... These ones don't have locks. Maybe these are just the main story? Yeah, this looks like it follows the route of what the main story is. And it's locked. Ooh, okay, so there's 2 more sections of the main story, it looks like, where we'll get introduced to the maids. Interesting. So section 1 was all mainly about the, what are they called? The rabbits. With Nekomata and all of them. But then chapter 2 is broken up to like 3 different sections with Bellabog, the police, and it looks like the maid. It is. Oh, okay. Body proportions are so fucking weird, these bear guys. Yeah, we also have to do those, I think we have 2 coins for the garbage. Probably check the subway too. I keep on not going down there just because it's like such a small, secluded area. But who knows? There could be stuff down there. Okay, 2 more coins for it. I do hope, I didn't see anything on the updates, but I do hope they add more arcade games. Dude, it would be so sick if they did like a sprite, like 2D sprite fighter game, like in the 90s, and added that in there. That would be fucking sick. Or an old school like arcade beat 'em up using like those Power Ranger-esque characters that Billy's all on about. That would be super sick. Yeah, we actually don't get a lot of people just like standing back in here. Really. Got a silver. I forget we can come in here to accept. Well. I just keep thinking, oh, we need to look around. Thanks to cat. Intermission. It's so weird where it will be like chapter 2 name and then chapter 2 intermission, chapter 2 name, chapter 2 intermission. Instead of it doing like, why are they doing intermissions instead of just making them new chapters? Like, we don't have a set number of how many chapters this thing should be, so it's like, why are you making chapter 2 so long with multiple intermissions? You could even do chapter 2.5 or something. And like, do you even need to put in intermission though? Like, obviously don't have it just be one insanely long chapter 2. But, like, you could have just broken it up. I don't like. I'm assuming it's the big chapters is going to be what like the big updates are going to be all about. Like chapter 3 will be like the next main story, big main story beat. I guess they're probably going to try to keep it like that. I had to guess. That one. It got explore and then combat. I think the combat ones are usually shorter, where it's literally just let's fight.
Need something? My services are expensive. Good day,
Okay, hold on, let me try
Proxy.
and level her up. I think I have most of these people unlocked up to 40, but I didn't have the actual level up materials to boost them.
Did you call me? So huh? Oh, to what do I owe the pleasure?
And they also did, like, I don't know why they do this. Like, they didn't reveal it on the live stream. They revealed it on their Twitter. But they showed another character from this group, from this like clan of people. She looks super dope. She's like a warrior, and it looks like she has a sword. Looks really cool. Can't wait for her to drop. But she's not coming in the next update, so it's just like, I don't know. I have mixed feelings of them posting characters on their Twitter and them not being part of the next update that's coming out. Because it's just like, oh, well, I'm not really excited for the next characters coming out. But look at these characters that are going to probably come out later. It's just like, why? You're taking away momentum and excitement for the next update. So it's like, oh, I'm not waiting for the next one. I'm waiting for the one after that because that one's going to be way better. The next one's going to suck! I don't have any of it. Yeah, I have not been updating. I need to I need to focus on upgrading skills. And like I said, most of these people I have unlocked.
You ready?
I think he is one of the few. Him and the bear. Yeah, everyone except for Anton is unlocked up to 40. I just need to actually get the materials to level them up properly. Because we really don't get too much of them in the game, really. Like, we went through that whole chapter with the police and we didn't get too much. We maybe got enough to, like, level up a character up to 2. Or even probably up to, like, a 15. Alright, well, we're able to get her up to 33. That's close enough. We'll put her in.
Nothing to fear. Good day, Proxy.
And yeah, I really like the lucky Bangboo that we have on. The attack that they do, like, kind of stun locks and does damage, so it's, like, pretty good for, like, larger groups. Should probably try to change up some of the other. I like her bat, but I hate the brass knuckle part. I don't know. I find it weird.
Is there anything else that requires one's attention? You, take a hike. Huh?
Sometimes the mute, like, I'll look off screen for a second, and I'll just, like, get into the rhythm of the song and just kind of lose myself. God, so much damage. Oh, look at that, just stunning the guy. That's very little damage, but still, like, holds him in place. I think if I hold down triangle, he actually does a more charged attack, I think. I'm gonna need to test that out again.
Here I come. A beautiful shooting star. It's a fast. Easy cut. Perfect. Don't move. No problem.
Yeah, and plus the little pigs come in for additional support. That is so helpful. Yeah, I really need to level her up more. Actually, I need to look at what her skills do. I wonder if any of them are, like, increases, like, the damage of the little pigs that she spawns, or if they, like, morph them out.
This might be. Watch out.
Dang it, that was a waste, that was a waste. Wait, what? Oh, okay. We got an item. Very rarely do they have us actually pick up items inside the hollow. Yeah, her standard attacks really are not great, but to be fair, we haven't really tried to customize her engine or her, like the armor, like the discs, the CDs that go along with the engine. I need to focus on that stuff too. I mainly just focus on the character level first, and then all the other stuff afterwards. It usually goes character level, skills, and then like I really have not been focusing on engines or the CDs that go along with them. Yeah, when I just hit triangle, she just does a straight shot, but if I hold it, she does like a huge, like, shoots up to the sky, and it like dive bombs down. Yeah, see that? Boom. Pulling it down is way better. And I always forget that every character has their own, like, move list, which is just, like, I'm so not used to having different move lists in this style of game. Mainly, like, put out by Hoyo, you mean? What I mean.
Great hit. Amazing play. Wanna try my massage? Here I come.
Boom.
Oh, fun! Don't worry, this gonna hurt a lot. I'm not a loser. A little careful. Over here.
Oh yeah, I also found out some really cool news for 2 possible continuations to shows that I really love. One was, I think it was what, the 25th anniversary of Bleach, where they did like a one-shot, and a lot of people are saying, oh, maybe it's coming back, because of like the one-shot that they did kind of like opened up a bunch of doors for stuff, where it's like, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but like a lot of people are talking about it, whether or not Bleach is actually coming back or more, which would be cool, and I'd be totally down for, because I think Bleach is aight. And then recently, if you're a fan of Gravity Falls, the creator of that show just dropped the Bill Cipher book, and apparently in there's a secret code, which if you like are able to like break it down, you find it says, I think it like leads you to a website, and then within the code of the website it said season 3 episode 1, and then gave the name of the episode. So possibly we're getting the 3rd season of Gravity Falls, which I'm super hyped for. Gravity Falls is like, it may be the best show Disney has ever created in terms of like their animation. It's like that, or it's Star versus the Forces of Evil. Those two were like massive bangers, but I think Gravity Falls probably has a much bigger appeal. But yeah, I'd be so hyped, because a lot of people think, oh, it was canceled after season 2, or it was canceled in season 2, but it wasn't. The creator was like, yeah, no, I just want to make this story like complete, and then he did a tight ending, and it was awesome, and he didn't want to do any more. So it's like, sweet, doors open, hopefully he can do a season 3 then. Because I'm assuming he wouldn't have that in the book he just put out if he wasn't actually going ahead with it. Because I'm assuming, since the book is like Gravity Falls related, Disney has to be like involved in it. So I'm assuming Disney wouldn't let him post that or like put that in if it wasn't something that Disney was already on board with. Which, I don't know. Gravity Falls is one of those shows where it's like, you go through both seasons, and it's like, there's a full story arc, and it ends, and it's really good. And it's like, should we bring it back for season 3? It's one of those things where it's like, you want more of it, but the problem is, with most shows, the more you get, the less quality it has over time. Most of the time. So it's like, hopefully that won't be happening. He says the original creator coming back, and he wants to do it, and he has stories for it, so hopefully it will be a banger. I'll see. But yeah, 2 big updates for Bleach and Gravity Falls of possible continuations. Which they already did a continuation to Bleach, like they did the 1,000-Year Blood War. And now apparently there's going to be even more after that. And people are saying, oh, it's going to be after the end, like, Blood War has like a time skip ending. So, and the Bleach 20th anniversary took place after the time skip. So a lot of people are saying, oh, there's going to be more Bleach, except it's going to be after time skip. There's going to be like a lot of new elements involved in it. It's like, sweet. Because I feel like Bleach, I think Bleach is the weakest of the big 3, but I did see a lot of potential in it, especially since they did something that most of the other shows didn't do. One Piece did it one time, where there's filler, but they try to weave filler into what the main story is. Bleach did that very well with the bounce, as well as with the story arc where everyone's blades, you got to see like their spirits for all their blades, and they actually became physical manifestations. That was a super awesome one. And I just kind of feel bummed because like a lot of people, like, they have the list. Here's all the canon episodes, and you just skip over all of the filler. When I'd say in Bleach probably has the best and most solid filler out of all of the big 3. Which it's like, that's a weird thing to state, but it's like, nah, they like tied it in. They actually made it an interesting, compelling story. Yes, there were like one-off episodes, but whenever they did like the filler arcs, they actually like kept it canon to the anime and like reference back to it sometimes and stuff. And it's like, that's cool. Because yeah, it kind of sucks when you see people experiencing these shows for the first time, and it's like, with One Piece, it's understandable to skip like a lot of the filler, but like with Bleach, it's like, yeah, you kind of don't have to. But to be fair, some of the filler pops up. Like, I think it was the arc, like I just mentioned, the arc where the spirits of their blades became like physical manifestations. I think that arc literally happened in the middle of an arc, in the middle of a fight, and it's like worst time for a cutaway ever. But it's like, if you were able to take that and move it to another section in the series, I think it would have been a super solid arc, instead of like, it's kind of sucking because it's like you're in the middle of this big dramatic fight and then cut away for like 25 episodes for the side story. It's like, yeah, that sucks. But the side story itself was an interesting, cool story. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I wonder if any of the manga like writers, if they ever like see some of the fillers that were made from the anime adaptations, and part of them are like, I'm gonna make that canon to the manga version. But it's like, you can't really go back in time and do it unless you do like, here's a side novel and it takes place between these 2 points. It's like, I wish more manga creators would do that. Although, to be fair, it's like, it's the big 3. Like, there's not a lot of super big shonen series. Plus, they kind of like cut out the whole reason why they did filler, because back in the day, there wasn't seasons 1, 2, 3. There was just, the series starts and then it just keeps going and constantly pumping out episodes. When they caught up to the manga, they'd have to do a filler arc so the manga could continue, and then they do whatever the manga did, and then they do another filler arc. So it'd be like stacking, like what the manga did, filler, what the manga did, filler. And yeah, that sucks. But now that they're doing seasons, you don't really have to do filler arcs, really, unless they go on hiatus from writing the manga. But honestly, yeah, I feel like we can't really get those kind of things anymore. Like, the original Full Metal series, I think, is better than Brotherhood. And it's because the second half of the series was all originally created just for the anime. And I think they improved upon so much stuff. Which is ironic. It came out, improved on so much stuff, and the manga was still going when the original anime ended, but then they didn't take any of the good stuff from the anime. They wanted to keep it separate. And unfortunately, I think a lot of the stuff that they used as like turning points to make like Brotherhood separate from the original are kind of like the weakest parts of the entire series. Anyway, anime rant over. But yeah, big news on possible continuation with Bleach after post Thousand World arc, the 1,000-year Blood War arc, as well as looking pretty good for a season 3 of Gravity Falls. That would be super sick if we get both of those. Which I still need to watch the anime of the 1,000-year Blood War, because I read the manga when it was coming out, which that was years ago at this point. I did not watch the anime when it dropped because I wanted to wait for it to be done so I could just go through it all in one shot. And then I just never ended up getting around to it. Yeah, super hyped on that. And yeah, I really do wish, sometimes I do wish that they would have like filler arcs again. Because it's like, I love this world, and like, I wish there was more in it. And like, obviously there's good ones and there are bad ones. A lot of like, dude, Naruto has some of the worst filler in existence that just fucking dragged that series forever. Like, I think at least a quarter of Naruto is just filler. It's like the manga series ends with Naruto, and then they go on for like another like 150 episodes in the anime of just like filler bullshit. It felt like forever when I was going through that. Like, Shippuden was already out, and I was catching up on the original series. And it's like, well, this is where it ends. And then I looked, and there was just like so many fucking episodes of filler after like the canonical manga endpoint of Naruto. And I'm like, fuck. And then I watched all of that, and then I got to Shippuden. And it's like way better. Yeah, now they're doing like the US does, is where they actually break it up into seasons. So now we no longer have to suffer through terrible filler. But on the flip side, we don't get really good and really interesting filler either. Kinda sucks. Unless it's like one episode here, one episode there. But again, I'm like talking about like actual full on, like this is a flushed out story arc, which actually adds to the world like Bleach did. Although some would say, like, I don't know where it was in the timeline, but when they did the Bount arc in the anime, some would say like maybe the Fullbringer arc later on in the manga was the manga makers' version of them, because like they are fairly similar in concept. So who knows, maybe I don't know if they ever like talked about this openly, but like it feels like they kind of just took the Bount arc and just like gave it their own twist to make it the Fullbringer arc, which is why those two arcs to me kind of vibe the same, even though they are different. But again, it's like you won't get stuff like that, which is like cool. Like the anime makers make one thing, and then maybe the manga like riffs off of that. Like, dude, I miss back. Like, they do not make a lot of original anime. Like, if you were to really look at the full list of anime, how much of it is adaptation and how much of it is just straight up, nope, this is an original anime, there is no other source. That does not happen too often. And I kind of wish it did happen more. But it feels like for the anime industry, you always need to have, for the most part, like proof of concept that this is a good product and it will sell, so we will make it, kind of thing, which is why a lot of the manga gets an anime. Although then you have things like, why are there so many fucking isekais? And it's like, I like isekai, but like a lot of them are just not done well. Or they're just done to the point of like, here's 5 isekai dropping this season. 4 out of the 5 have all the literal identical same premise. Or just super flat character. That's like one of the worst things with isekai, is that they just do, here's generic like angry character, here's generic girl but she's a tomboy character, here's generic she looks like a dainty character but is actually a super strong character. It's like, these have been around for forever and you don't really make their characters interesting. You just make them this one note, I'm this one thing and nothing else, and the rest of my personality is average. Like, that's not really making a character. Which is why I like some of the like the weirder ones, like the Eminence and Shadow. The main character in that's a fucking crazy person, and I love it. Which is why that is like a really good, fun isekai. Despite it like sometimes like just steamrolling its way through plot lines and plot points, but it kind of makes sense because like that's what the main character does. He's like fully aware of all the tropes, and he's like, yeah, no. Which is what makes it kind of funny. It also makes like some of the arcs lame. Like season 2 of Eminence and Shadow, it starts out with a really cool thing, and then it ends like the very next episode, and it's like, oh, I thought this would be like a few episodes, but it's just like... a photo. True. But yeah, anyway, rant over. I'm sorry, I was ranting about it way too long. But yeah. Actually, I should look up a list of what are some original anime that's come out in like the last few years. I know like Adult Swim, like, is actually pretty good at like airing original anime, and in fact they're working with the creators of like Cowboy Bebop to bring his show to life, which is super fucking sick, and I can't wait. I believe it's called Lazarus. And then they just did an anime, what was it? Like Ninja 8 or something? They just did a series like within the past year, which was like ninjas and like a large corporation. Honestly, it was not that good. It's like one of those things where it's like, here's some buzzwords. Now we're gonna make a show off of those buzzwords. Because like the whole premise of the show is like a revenge premise. Except you literally spend like half of one episode with the characters that you're getting revenge for, so you don't really feel super connected to them. So it's like the drive of the main character, for me, felt flat. Just because like every time they did a flashback to the family, it was literally from like that first half of the first episode. It's like, make new, like, you could have done cutscenes throughout the entire series where it was flashbacks to unique moments throughout his life. which they do, but it was mostly with like his romance with his wife, rather than with his actual like they're a family kind of thing. Which is like kind of drive me nuts, because when the whole motivation is revenge, but you don't really have the contexts of like their family super well, it's like, here's a generic outline of a family. Okay, now they're dead and revenge. Like hell, they did it really good with Punisher. Despite not getting to know his family super well, you're able to read him a lot more as a character, knowing what he's going through. But within that anime they made with the ninjas and cyborgs and stuff, like the character was just very closed off and singularly focused, that you didn't get moments of just like interpersonal like connecting with that character. It's either you need to connect with the people before they die, and then they die and you feel bad, or you connect with the main character who's feeling loss through small moments where you're able to connect with the main character through his loss. But they didn't do either of those. They just showed those things happening without actually being able to do anything that allows you to connect to those characters, to that person. And it's crazy I can articulate this, but for the life of me, I could not write a good character to save my life. That's one of the most frustrating things. I like writing, but I cannot write characters. I cannot do character writing. I can do concepts and worlds and do like full flushed out on everything. But when it comes to actually writing dialogue and personalities of characters, I can do. But then actual dialogue for characters, it always feels like not good. Whenever I tried writing, it always felt like hacky, just like generic. Like, not good with character writing. Everything else I can do. Frustration. And of course, the one thing I want to do is the one thing I can't do. And it's just like... Which I don't think I ever actually mentioned that. But yeah, I do occasionally do. I occasionally do like almost everything. Like drawing, pens, pencils, paintings of like various different kinds. Graphic design, 3D design. I have a lot of free time. Just do a lot of shit. And of course, with everything, I always have one vision of like, with painting, I want to do like semi-realistic painting. That's what is the one art style I can't do. Semi-realistic to like hyper-realistic is like the only style that I just cannot get down. Any kind of cartoon or anime or just like anything. From Simpsons to Gravity Falls to any kind of like 80s anime up until modern, I can get down and do it. But when it comes to trying to do realistic stuff, I just cannot. There's a part of my brain that just disconnects when it comes to it. Well, that was done, and my rant's over now, so we're gonna call it for today. Oh. Yeah, we're done for today. There's nothing else. Yeah, everything's kind of finished up. We still need this one, which I still not sure exactly how to get. We'll get it eventually. But yeah, that's it for today. We're gonna do Genshin tomorrow. And then, maybe Genshin on Friday. Like I said, the update's supposed to be happening either Thursday or Friday for Genshin, and that's gonna be the big 5.0 update. We're gonna hop on that fucker. And if it happens on Friday, we might just do it on Saturday then. Because First Descendants has kind of fallen off pretty hard for me. Just because they're making shit so incredibly hard, where you just have to do a relentless amount of grinding. Like, get random drops, and then get new characters. Just so those characters can add bonus XP to your level up bar. It's like, I've hit the wall of where, like, the game hard spikes. And not difficulty, but it spikes and just, you have to grind. Which is annoying, so... We'll see. Hopefully this weekend will be a lot more luckier, because last weekend there was, like, no one in the zone that we were in. Plus. So hopefully this weekend it will be a lot better. But yeah, that's the plan. Tomorrow, Genshin. Possibly Genshin Friday. We'll see, like I said. I'll let you guys know. And then, you know, Zenless Zone Zero on Wednesday. Honkai Star Rail Thursday. We'll see on Friday. Yeah, that is it for today. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. Like always, links down below for my Twitter, as well as links over my YouTube channel, where all my previous streams are uploaded and archived over there. Thank you for coming out and hanging out on day 1441 of streaming in a row. And I'll catch you all tomorrow with more of the summertime event in Genshin Impact.